Hello, beautiful humans. Welcome to Woke Culture Daily. I'm not going to shuffle these cards like that because everything echoes. But welcome to Woke Culture Daily for July 15th, 2020, my friends. We're following our same stilo here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start with our air signs, go into our water signs, then into fire, and lastly earth, and each sign gets one card. So we're going to ask Spirit to give us clear and direct guidance for all 12 signs. Anything that they need to know, anything of utmost importance, I ask that that come to the fore in this here reading. Spirit, and as always, I thank you in advance because I know you're good for it, you know what I'm saying? So anywho, let's go ahead and jump right in. Cut my deck real quick, ladies and gentlemen. And starting out with our air signs, we have Gemini, we have Libra, and Aquarius. I'm going to go ahead and push this up. And our water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Then we have my fire signs, so Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and last but certainly not least, my earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. If you guys see me turn these over, it's the after tarot. I don't read these in reverse. Oh wow, we have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Whew, slow down on today is something I can say for everyone. Alrighty, so first, my Geminis. Ooh, you guys have the Star card. This is so beautiful. Okay, Gemini, on today, what's going to be important for what it is that you're doing or how you're doing it? I get the sense, first and foremost, Geminis are going to feel rushed on today. Now, this can happen in one or two ways. It's either going to be people that are in your life, whether it's your boss, co-workers, friends, family members, whoever it is you guys are engaging with today, but it's almost like an expectation. People wanting you to do things and do it now, right? And the thing that's most important about this, a question, a rhetorical one I would pose to you would be, is it for your benefit, right? Now, clarifying that quickly, I don't mean if it's in your benefit in a selfish sense of meaning, how is this going to benefit me, right? Not meaning it like that, but is it for your benefit for you to stretch yourself so thin for so many people, right? Now, for others of you, how I said it could manifest with people external to you. This very well could be yourself, right? When I say with our overall energy, slow down, it could be a lot of false expectations you guys have for yourself of feeling as if you have, a to-do list and all of this has to be done today, right now, at the second. The important thing is to ask yourself that same question. Is this for your benefit? Can this wait until tomorrow? Because I feel what's getting ignited today for you guys, and this can manifest in two different ways. For some of you, this could be being recognized in some way, shape, form, or fashion for the great work that you're doing as a wonderful Gemini out there in America or wherever it is that you live, right? Or this could simply be choosing yourself. It's making yourself a priority on today. So if up until this point you've been kind of scattered and running around and being in service to a lot of people, I think it's imperative today to be in service to yourself in a non-selfish way, right? Make yourself and your feelings a priority. If you feel like you're burning out, pump the brakes and just say, Libra, we have the Queen of Swords. I don't know why that made me giggle just now. Okay, Libra, what's going to be important for you guys on today is balancing your responsibilities. And I feel for you guys, how do I want to say this? My Libras that would resonate with this, you have a tendency, and it's similar to Gemini, where you have a tendency to skirt what's important for you or even what it is that you know you need to do for yourself in favor of other people, right? And this may have been something that's been on you guys' mind for some time. So I get the sense with the Libras I'm talking to, you guys have been working on establishing boundaries up to this point, right? And this may be something long-standing, but I feel today, I use the word test for convenience. I don't believe it's like literally a spiritual test or anything. But I feel that your the boundaries, the healthy boundaries that you guys have been attempting to implement in your life, I feel those are going to be tested on today. But I feel the person that would test these boundaries, it would be someone that you could easily say, you know, well, I could put this off, you know, for this person, you know what I mean? But I feel the most important thing on today for you guys is to be what you guys have been doing literally the whole last 2 weeks, literally, is being conscious and being aware. So I love how these work because it shows how the things that each of us are tasked with, how they build on each other. So my Libras who've been watching these since since the last 2 days of June, a lot of what we've talked about for you guys has been mindfulness, being present in the moment, not allowing yourself to get drawn into the past. I feel all that you guys have been focusing on for the last 2 weeks is more or less coming to a head on today, where you could easily fall back into an old behavior, which is people pleasing. I still feel would be kind of heavy, but within that framework of, you know, just skirting things that are important to you for someone else, right? Let's just stick with that. But I feel the person who would ask you to do something that you would have to sacrifice what your intentions were for today, it would be easy to do it. But the important thing for you guys on today is to choose yourself and to do what it is that you set out to do, right? But why I say the whole mindfulness thing is because in a split second, you can end up agreeing to something or making a commitment to do something because you want to, you know, be nice, you want to help the person, but it's actually overcommitting yourself, if that's making sense. So just be conscious of that on today. Now, for my Aquarius people, you guys have the Two of Pentacles. Whew. I don't remember what you guys' card was for yesterday, but on today, Aquarius, you guys are gonna have to make an important decision. Now, with this decision that you guys are gonna make, and I wanna be careful on how I say this, because gosh, the way that I hear it in my head is, it sounds so ominous, but let me just tell you, I'm gonna say it like this because I don't want to take up too much time trying to find synonyms and things, but whatever decision that you make on one side or the other, there's going to be far-reaching consequences, is how I heard it. However, I don't want to imply that far-reaching consequences are a negative thing, because they're not. Every action has a consequence, and consequences can be either positive or negative, right? But it's just letting you know that this is something that is committal, in other words. So whatever decision you guys make, I'm not really getting anything in the arena of which decision that you should make. But the thing that's important is the same theme I see with Libra of your past versus your present, right? And to not be hasty in this decision. If you feel that you need more time to weigh your options to figure out what would be, you know, in your best interest or whose ever best interest this decision would relate to, take your time to do that. But it's important to make your decision not based on past experiences, right? Of like, because I feel like it's something where one of the options is something that's unfamiliar to you, And I think you could make a snap judgment of choosing what's familiar without considering the unknown. So make sure that you guys don't rashly decide, but the place you're making your decision from is a place of where you are now, where you intend to go, and the seed, proverbial seed, that you would plant would be whatever is in service to where it is you desire to go, and not really so much something that would hold you back. Hopefully that makes sense, my friends. So on to our water signs, my Cancers. You guys have the Three of Wands. The thing I feel, Cancer, I'm doing this because this is what I felt, and I'm trying to verbalize what this is. It feels like a fresh wind to me. Yesterday, you guys had the Fool. Okay, so that makes sense. So it's a fresh wind for you guys. So if we look at yesterday as a starting point for this new journey or plan or whatever it is that you guys have going on, it's almost as if the coast is clear, is what I want to say for my Cancerians on today. So one thing I want to tell you guys that's important, I'm gonna quote my dad here, haste makes waste. The path is clear to follow through. The energy cycle is in service to you, right? Because this feels like a macro, micro type of thing to me. So it's like Spirit says the coast is clear. You see that the coast is clear. But the thing that's important is not to get impatient, if that makes sense. Meaning like jumping the gun. Just like it was a process for you guys to get to the pinnacle of whatever this is that's wrapping up for you guys at this point. Similar to what I said for Aquarius, I think now is more of a time of reflection. It's understanding that, yes, things have shifted. Yes, you guys are embarking on a new journey, but I feel that today is a day for self-reflection, I would say, but not just mindlessly reflecting, but whatever it is you guys have going on, because this really does feel like something new y'all are doing. And I mean, it could be job, it could be moving, it could be a myriad of different things. But the thing that's important is for you guys to make the most of this new cycle in your life by looking at everything that you're really dealing with and not just jumping the gun. And I have to throw in an example here because it's making me think about like the frequencies reminding me of like what I'm dealing with being in between two houses and trying to move, right? I'm a Taurus, I move slow, right? And I could be hasty and try to move everything at once and, get everything it is that I need that I'm missing at once, but I know that that's not wise. So even though it's inconvenient and it's uncomfortable and it takes time, it's like, I got a whole Excel, grid thing going on here. And I'm going room by room and checking stuff off between, what we're taking from the old house, what it is that we need, that we're not taking and stuff like that. So that's more or less the vibration I'm feeling for you guys on today, Cancer, is it's almost like taking a life inventory of seeing what you have, where you've been, where you're at, where you're going, what you have, what you don't have, and kind of getting a clear vision on what you're really doing moving forward, as opposed of letting the excitement take over you and you end up either being wasteful or kind of jumping the gun, if that makes sense. So it's more of a grounded energy. I hope that makes sense. Okay, for my Pisces. You guys have the Nine of Pentacles. So Pisces on today, I feel today is going to be a good day for you guys. Much like how I suggest for Cancer to reflect, I feel that that's the space you guys are coming in today with. It's almost stopping and smelling the roses, right? It's really taking an inventory. And I want to say this too. If you don't wake up in this vibration, this would be your best advice on what to do for today, right? It's more or less taking an inventory of how far you've come up to this point. right? It's giving yourself credit where credit is due, meaning the work that you've done, whatever it is that you're working on, whether, it's personal projects, creative projects, if it's just your work, your education, weight loss journey, whatever it is. It's more or less today stopping to smell the roses. It reminds me, I can't remember what you guys' card was from yesterday, but it reminds me of energy I picked up on yesterday. I can't remember if it was specifically for you guys, but I was speaking a lot about like glass ceilings, right? And I brought up an old Aquarius reading about how they were working so hard on something that they didn't even realize that they were working hard to achieve a goal, and they already had achieved the goal, but they were still working hard as if they were still trying to achieve it. It's like, that's the vibe I'm getting for you guys on today. So the important thing here is to take a step back and to give yourself credit for how far you've come. So for some of you, it's a completion of, okay, I'm here. For others of you, it's like a midway point. But just because you're not at your end goal, right, doesn't mean you shouldn't celebrate being at the midpoint, because being at the midpoint is still farther than just starting or not having started at all. So I feel today for my Pisces people, it's a self-celebration, right? Even if no one else participates, this is all about you, my friend. Take the initiative. Now for my Scorpios, you guys have the Four of Swords. So, was that from yesterday? I'm thinking about the suppression card. I know you guys had that. I can't remember if that was last week or if that was literally yesterday. But I'm like, take princess's advice, Scorpio. But today's Scorpio, I feel like it's gonna be, we call it a potato day. It's really reflecting and trying to get clear on what you're doing right now. So I feel like you guys are gonna be in a headspace. I wanna tell you, just like I said with Aquarius as well as with Cancers, is don't be hasty. If you feel that you need to kind of pull back to take time to really contemplate and think about how it is you guys are going to move forward. Okay, and I'm hearing something else. All right. If you really need to take time and contemplate, gotta get Amethyst here. Take time and contemplate on how it is you guys want to move forward with something or how you want to handle something. It's perfectly okay. Today would be the most ideal day to do that. Because much like I said for Cancer, if you're too hasty in moving forward with something before you're clear, there's a level of regret, or that a certain path or choice decision would have you won't necessarily be in your best interest. So you want to make sure that you have clarity. Now, the other thing that I heard is literally there's a need for some Scorpios, this is another group, to literally slow down. Because much like I said for Geminis, but a lot more intense, I'm feeling this. This group of Scorpios, you guys are doing way too much. Like way too much. And you guys are on the risk of burning out. And I've said this to you guys before, and it's making me think, one of my subbies, the last time I said this to Scorpio, she listened to the reading and she ended up telling me after the fact that she ended up like spraining her ankle. And I'm not saying that that's gonna happen to you guys, but it's more or less, she was kind of skirting every single warning she was getting to slow down, and she inadvertently sprained her ankle and had to. So I say that for you guys, I feel this other group of Scorpios are kind of going in a direction of a head-on collision with burning completely out. And I feel that's because you guys are taking on way more than you really have to. But it's a feeling as if you literally have to. Like all of the things that, like all the balls you guys have in the air, so to speak, it's a sense of you have to do it, but you don't, right? But I say all of that to say that today you guys need to rest and chill, relax your mind, go get a massage. If people are, I think people, yeah, they're doing massages now. Everybody got to wear a mask. Get a massage, do something, take a nap, but not just for today, Scorpio. I just feel like you guys kind of need to pull it back because you're doing a lot right now, period, right? Now, on to my fire signs, my Leos. You guys have the High Priestess. So Leo, on today, what's going to be important for you guys is listening to your intuition, right? I feel that, I don't know why, I really get the sense with you guys, it's all about this whole choice type of thing going on here. But before you react to something, really listen to your intuition on today, Leo. So I'm going to tell you guys, much like I've said for everyone else, it's really about going at things slowly, right? Because I get this hairpin trigger sense. It's similar to Libra, I would say, in the framework of it, but it's not really so much about, there being a person that would test your boundaries. I just feel that you could, if someone asked you a question or asked you to do something or to be somewhere, you would say yes more out of obligation than of if this is really in your highest good. So I feel on today it's going to be important to really listen to your intuition, especially if you feel some type of way. Like if someone invites you somewhere and you just feel like you shouldn't go, I feel it's really important that you listen to yourself, because I can't see what it is, hence High Priestess here. I can't see what this is. I just have to leave it at, if someone asks you to do something, to go somewhere, or if there's a person that's questionable, listen to yourself on today. I don't care if in an external sense everything looks fine, it looks safe. If your gut says don't go, don't do it, don't do it. You know what I mean? Like if you call an Uber and the Uber pulls up and something in you just says don't get in the car, like literally don't get in the car. It may seem, irrational because it's like, oh, it's Uber's track, like what could happen, whatever the case may be. But that's exactly what I mean. Something in an external sense will look okay, but everything in you is saying, no, please listen to yourself. I can't stress that enough. Listen to your friend. Moving right along, Aries. Whoa. Aries, you guys have the Devil card. So, on today, Aries, there is the risk of you guys either running into stress. Did y'all have that yesterday? I think you did. Into stress or conflict, right? Or pushing yourself to the extreme. And there's the potential of you guys falling back into a bad behavior. I also get the sense with this too, and I have to kind of step back to Leo. This may involve a Pisces person, Leo. Gemini, this may involve an Aquarius person, just throwing that out there. This may deal with the Capricorn Aries, but aside from that, there's the potential for you guys to fall back into a bad behavior. I don't know if it's maybe a friend or something like that. Maybe it's something, I don't know. I don't want to say something like drinking because if you're like sober, I would hate to say if someone came and like had you jump off the sobriety bus or something, but let's just say like, you're on a diet, you're doing keto, and you get invited to go eat hot wings. I don't know if you eat hot wings on keto. If you can, I will probably do the keto diet. That's not here nor there. Anywho, but I feel that there is almost like a temptation in a sense for you guys to fall back into a bad behavior that I feel you've been working very hard to get out of, right? And I feel impulsivity says, much like with everyone else, you'll act without thinking. And then after you do it, then it's like a sense of regret. So I feel on today, much like I've said for a lot of signs prior to, needing to be present, needing to be conscious. So when that impulse comes up, you're able to control the impulse by reminding yourself of why it is you set out on this journey. But that journey will be tested on today for my Aries people. So be aware of that. Now for my Sagittarius, you guys have the Lovers. Who had that yesterday? I think Scorpio had that yesterday. So my Sagittarius people, on today, what's going to be important for you guys, much like every other sign, is a choice, right? But the choice that you guys are going to be making is a head or heart choice. When we say head or heart choice, we're meaning something that plays into your ego, like personal human personality, something that's more in alignment with your true desire or your spiritual self. And I say it that way because I feel for some people it's going to be different. For some of you guys, this is kind of a higher spiritual type of thing, of like choosing between paths that you want to pursue. For others of you, it's more mundane and 3D, much like I said with everyone else, where it's one of those things where, you're on a diet. This is what I was trying to do, but then hot wings, So for some of you, it is kind of mundane, but the most important thing here is, I'm going to say, choose your heart being your truest desire, right? Because it's really a battle between intellect of what's practical, what's rational, what's expected, or what you've always done, or taking the tried and true path. And then there's another element, I can't remember, I think that was Aquarius I said that with, where there's another element of the unknown. It's taking a chance. You don't really know how that would pan out, but I feel this unknown is more in alignment with this heart space. So a true desire is the unknown. So what you would really be choosing towards is something that is guaranteed, that isn't fulfilling, or something that isn't guaranteed, that is fulfilling, right? But I would always say choose your heart, because I feel with this, it's a guaranteed victory if you choose something that's in alignment with what's authentic to you. But of course, you have free will, my friends, so it's your choice. You know what I'm saying? And this may be in reference to a Gemini person. A lot of major arcanas out here today. Now for my Earth sign people, Capricorn, and another major arcana, what is going on in America? We have the World card. So for my Capricorns on today, I feel this one in an inner sense as well as an outer sense. I feel in an external sense, this is more or less, it's funny. It's the ending of something, but the something it feels is very mundane. And I say mundane almost in the sense of it could be the ending of a lease of a cell phone contract. Like, this is how mundane I'm talking, Capricorn. But it's the ending of something to where you can choose to either go around again, not saying that it's something negative, but I mean, you could literally choose to, go another 2 years with Verizon. You can choose to go another 6 months or a year at the same lease that you're in, you know what I'm saying? But it's entirely up to you. But I feel that you guys, whatever it is you choose to do, whether it's extending something or it's saying you've had enough of it and moving to something else, I feel you guys are gonna be coming from a place of power with it, right? So meaning whether you choose to move forward or to stay where it is that you are, you're in a clear, empowered, sober mindset enough to not really doubt yourself as far as decision making goes, nor is there anything too much to fear, right? So it's an ending or a beginning for Capricorns on today. But how it is that Cappies choose to move forward it's totally up to you, but it looks like both paths are pretty good. So it's really more or less of a preference thing, if you will, right? Now for my Taurus people, we have the 9 of Cups for my Taurus people. So first thing that I want to say, my wonderful Taurus people, is yes. Yesterday you guys had the success card. I like how Spirit's bringing up certain people's cards, certain signs, I mean, and others I'm like, what did they have yesterday? But you guys had the success card on yesterday. So I feel similar to how it was for my Pisces people, Taurus. It is important to enjoy yourself. However, there's a catch here. Don't enjoy yourself too much, right? Meaning, don't rest on your laurels. Meaning that if, and I can say this for me because anyone who knows me or works with me knows I don't ever work on Wednesdays. I just don't. I don't do anything for my channel on Wednesdays, except for this daily. I don't do anything with my practice, my therapy practice on Wednesdays. I don't see clients. I don't do any of that. Wednesday is Wellness Wednesday, as I call it. So that's a day just for me to do my personal self-care, to, you know, be a potato on the couch, you know what I mean? Eat a bunch of hot wings, what have you. But after that, Thursday, it's right back to work. So yes, today is a day where you can kind of like chill. However, don't get too comfortable there. Know that, yes, celebrate the small victories. Enjoy what it is that you guys have accomplished, but don't lose sight of the end goal, because the work that you guys have been doing up to this point, you're not done yet, right? So don't get too comfortable with celebrating. I'm just saying. Lay off the hot wings, Taurus. Princess is talking to herself. Lastly, Virgo. My Virgos, you guys have the 6 of Swords. So Virgo, on today, I'm proud of you, I can say that. You guys had the stress card yesterday. So with this, I feel you. I'm so proud of you. Oh, thank you for listening. Y'all are moving away from that, man. I feel that you guys came to the point of seeing how much pressure, whatever this is, or all of these extra false responsibilities or burdens you guys were carrying. I feel you guys came to a place of seeing how, and I want to say this specifically, and I don't know if this would be one person in particular, but you were trying to get something accomplished, and the thought was, if you do many things at once, because it's like an urge to get there quicker, right? So the thought is, if you do a bunch of things at once, that you would get to your goal quicker. But I feel it's coming into the awareness that all that was doing was creating more chaos for you, right? So as opposed to having your hand in a myriad of different things, it's making a decision to just knock one thing out at a time, you know? So it's almost like thinking it was helping, but finally seeing that it was actually hindering you, because it's just putting, you know, if you have, let's just say 7 buckets, I think it was like 7 yesterday, I don't know. But it's like you putting 1 drop in each bucket. So the goal is to fill 7 buckets, right? But it's choosing to fill them by putting 1 drop in each bucket at a time. And of course, yeah, you're touching all 7 buckets, but you know, it's gonna take forever. So the choice is more or less to fill that 1 bucket, and that's what I feel you guys are doing. So it's making your rest, right? It's making your health a priority, and it's getting back grounded and focused on, okay, what are we really doing? Where am I heading? Leaving behind the things that aren't working, leaving behind people that aren't serving what the intention of what it is that you guys are doing. But I do feel also for you guys that today is a day of rest for you guys as well. It's making a decision to leave behind whatever the source of that stress was in your life. And it's more or less getting clear. So it's taking a step back on today, and making the choice of how it is you guys desire to move forward. But I'm very proud of my Virgos from walking away from whatever that stress was, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, that has been you guys reading for today, my friends. We will be back again on tomorrow, but I hope your day is amazing. I love you guys' faces, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.